Hello everyone, me Mudahar, and this is going to be a little bit of a serious-esque video, a little bit of a video where I get down and talk. It is a rant, but it's a rant that I'm taking pretty seriously at the moment. I made a video about a week ago, and before we continue, I don't want any mentioning of any other name at all, if you guys know what I mean. If you have any respect for me, you have any respect for the situation or anything, just please don't write anything, please, and thank you. That would be very much appreciated. I'm not going to go sit around and police the comments. I don't have the time to do that, and that's just not something I do on any kind of a basis, but I'm just saying that before we begin. Anyways, I made a video about a week ago. I'm not going to tell you what. I'm not going to say any names. I have to legally cover myself. You know, if you can tell by the title, I've been threatened with a channel strike, and it's really, really odd. The video in question that I'm talking about, it's related to a certain naughty subject on YouTube, alright, as far as I'm going to say. I had that video checked at an illegal team, triple-checked it, and there's nothing in that video that warrants itself in any form of a DMCA issue. It's not a copyright issue, so if that video ever gets copyright claimed, whoever so chooses to take it is definitely going to court without a doubt. Don't worry about it. I mean, you know, it's not a money issue. I got the money to take it, dude. It's not a problem. But anyways, the point of the video is that there was a odd strike coming towards my channel. And unfortunately, you know, strikes are a really, really bad thing. For those of you who don't know, on the game of YouTube, people are scared of strikes, and rightfully so. Strikes are one of those things that are sort of a little iffy situation on YouTube. You know, a lot of people, when they come into question of a strike, it's really hard dealing with it. You know, you can usually send it upstairs if you have a really good MCN, or even then, you know, even in any situation, it's not something you want to have at all. But so somebody threatened me with one, and it was about a video I made last week, and it was a really interesting situation. I want to get down and basically tell you about it. So, to begin, as soon as I posted that video, within half an hour to an hour, the individual contacted me and told me that, you know, they better not have a reason to hate the video in question. And things eventually ballooned from that. I chose not to give any kind of a response. I chose to just abstain from it. I chose to not look at things like that. I don't waste my time. And within a few minutes, basically an hour and a half of talking with the individual, it felt like I was discussing things with a brick wall, and I was threatened with a strike. I was told that this channel is shit, and I was told that I'm basically an attention whore. And it really, really fucking pissed me off to hear the fact that the individual was saying these things about me when they didn't watch the video that I made in question, where the video that they were threatening to strike me on actually had no material inside it for them to actually strike me on. So it was a little odd hearing it, and it was actually very enraging. Now, you guys have never seen me angry, ever. Like, if you've seen me angry, that's nothing. When I get angry, I get incredibly angry. So, when I was told this kind of stuff by this individual, that the channel is shit and that I'm just an attention whore, and all these blatant fucking assumptions and lies, I was angry. You know, there was a point where I was about to break every fucking thing in this room, and I was completely enraged. And when I get enraged, I get incredibly enraged. Let me tell you, I don't take these false assumptions and these lies incredibly fucking seriously, especially when it's done from somebody who's also a fucking legal adult far older than me, and who also appears to display any form of professionalism. It aggravates the ever-living shit out of me, and I get fucking pissed. I don't show it to anybody, but if you're ever in my personal workspace, and if you ever see me, if you're ever one of the interns who works, you know, for me, if you ever anybody who's here, right, like anybody who's in the actual professional environment and shit like this happens, I've been told that it's a show. It's something to see. It's actually incredibly fucking scary, and I've seen it myself, you know, after fallouts, and it's a scary sight. So regardless, I was pissed out of my mind, and I decided to talk to some other people in the YouTube community who produce content. I may not make videos with a lot of other people, but I do talk to some people here and there occasionally. It's not something major. I'm not really interconnected with the people here at YouTube. I feel like I should be, but I'm really not. And I was told that the individual has this stalker-like personality, and they just keep saying this kind of stuff to almost everyone that they get involved with. And the person in question who I reference these people to, they said that, you know, this person has been near everybody on YouTube when it comes to the gaming category, and it's just a giant shitstorm that occurs. And I didn't want any part of it. I was done. The bridge was completely burnt when I was told all these assumptions and lies, and that, you know, I was nothing, and that, you know, at a fucking snap of a few fingers, his channel could be completely gone. It was one of those things that honestly fucking hurt to hear. And as an individual that, I'll be honest with you, I'm a fucking savage in real life. When I hear shit like that from anyone, I get fucking pissed. I like these kind of challenges. They entice me. They make me, they give me a reason to fucking continue doing what I do, to be brutally honest with you. Now, I don't do YouTube as a job. Some people do YouTube as their job, and that's totally fine and dandy. You know, for people to truly understand why I was so pissed, we need to sort of understand the situation, okay? When I work, you know, people saying in the most recent videos, I've read the comments, and people are like, dude, you look exhausted. Oh, Muda, you look fat as fuck, man. But the reasoning behind that is that I have a lot of stress. You know, the past few months, I've been working my ass off constantly. I've been, you know, it's gotten to a point where, you know, I'll have very lucrative jobs pop up, and it's just, I gotta take care of them. I gotta fly out to different parts of the fucking world to take care of. Life is a very hectic little parade for me, and I've done this kind of a, you know, life before, but never to this extent. And I'm actually happy with it. You know, I make a fair bit. I get to travel the world, and I get to do a lot of gigs that I actually enjoy. But it does come with tolls, and the toll is my sanity comes into question. You know, when you're doing this kind of a lifestyle, you know, you're so all over the place and fragmented that you have very few connections to the world around you in that instant, and you're just, you start, there's just so many issues that happen with your psyche, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just so all over the place. But the only thing that keeps me sane is making these videos on YouTube. You know, it's like the only consistent pattern that I have in my life, you know, is making a video. And the only family that I can always turn to and talk to whenever you know, things get too fucking stressful, you know what I mean? And whenever I can stream, I stream, because I love doing all that kind of stuff. It's just, to manage it in my life, it can get hectic, and a lot of people share the same sentiments on this site too. There's a lot of different things that go on behind the scenes for a lot of people on YouTube that, you know, some people do treat this as their mental check. You know, they do treat this whole site as their way to drop back down, and I love you guys for it. You know what I mean? You guys may think that, oh, you make these videos, that's all fine and dandy. It's a two-way street. You know what I mean? Like, you guys watch the videos, we all have these community little, you know, things, and it means a lot to me in terms of keeping me sane mentally. So when somebody threatens you that they're going to take away that thing that is something that you work towards, and the thing that keeps you consistent, you get angry. That's all you can do. But after talking to a lot of people around the site, I realized that it's essentially just baseless threats, and that pissed me off even further. Because I myself, this is a pretty decent sized channel, you know, to attack it means, you know, it's sort of picking a fight, you know, it's sort of picking a pretty moderately decent fight. But I've heard a lot of people who are very small in the entire YouTube, you know, scope get picked on and bullied, and they can't do anything about it. And, you know, at the end of the day, there's, at least the thing is that I can talk about it, and it's something that has completely pissed me off. It's something that's almost put me off the mood of making videos entirely, after dealing with some of the more awful sides of this website. But I'm not going to stop making videos, obviously not, but I am going to vent about it. I'm going to rant about this issue over here, because it's something that really aggravates me. There's a lot of people on this website that have these god complexes, that treat themselves like they're fucking holier than thou, they're bigger than they have to be, and it's not the case. It never is. You know, this site is something that does promote equal footing to an extent. You know, obviously we can go into algorithms to say how they don't, but I'm going off on different tangents here. There are people on the site that are blatantly out there just to be assholes and to harass and almost near just try to piss someone else off. And I guess it sort of worked because I'm making this video, but I have to make the video because it's just something that has completely gotten to me to this point where, you know, when it happened in that day, I was completely enraged. I was pissed the fuck off. I thought I was like, what the fuck is wrong with the site? What am I dealing with? I'm dealing with fucking children here. But at the end of the day, you know, obviously I calmed down, and once I realized the cringy nature of the situation, I laugh, because it is something to laugh about. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's idle threats being tossed towards me. You know, I was threatened with what could be a strike, but nothing can happen because, like I said, I've actually talked to you know, all the legal side of whatever, my legal team, other legal teams. Everything's fucking cleared. There's no issue to worry about. You know what I mean? But the thing is when I say you guys are family, I really mean it. You know what I mean? It's not something I say just, you know, as a psychological thing to tell you guys. It's actually the case. You know, to me, you guys are family. I've always said in the beginning, I have a very small family by nature. You guys are pretty much the extended family that I've always kind of craved for. And I'm glad that I have a family that I can come back to whenever times get way too stressful in my career, which, you know, they do, obviously. I'm a fucking busy man. I make a lot, but I also am working a whole lot. And the thing is like, I need you all to keep me sane and keep me going in the process. And as long as that goes through, you know, it won't stop at Some Ordinary Gamers. Hopefully I'll end up doing these bigger things. But for now, you know, I make these videos to keep me sane, and I make these videos because, you know, it just brings me closer to the friends that I've made through the site and you all. And when somebody threatens me with stupid shit that they can't follow through on because it's obviously bullshit and illegal to pull, it aggravates me. It really does. But at the end of the day, it's some bullshit that's being tossed, and frankly, it's no issue right now. I needed to talk about it, and ultimately, I want there to be a takeaway from this video. I don't make these rants just so I can, you know, blabber on. I'm making this rant because there is a takeaway out of it, you know what I mean? In life, and I'm going to get really, you know, deep here, I'm going to try to at least. You know, it's 5:30 in the morning. I just woke up about an hour ago, and this has been bugging me for the hour. In life, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whatever your age may be, you're going to get idle threats from people. You're going to get people always trying to get in your way, and you're going to have people talk down to you in life a whole lot. And let me take these headphones off real quick. In life, I've learned, when I was working, there are people that will, of course, they'll talk down to you, they'll do all this shit, and you can't take it seriously. You can't let people ever fucking do that to you. Because I'll be honest with you, okay, there was a point where I had absolutely fuck all in life. And you know what? People still talk down to me. People talk down to me more than they ever did now. And people always fucking, you know, there were always people that gave me these threats, and I never took them seriously. I mean, I did to an extent, you know what I mean? You can't just sit there and treat a threat like it's nothing, but at the same time, I ended up using those exact same threats, which caused me great anger, to go out and do bigger and better things. And over the years, I myself have done, or, you know, I feel like I have done bigger and better things. And now I have, you know, considerable amount more than what I had at the beginning. And at the end of the day, it's because I never let these fucking douchebags ever get to me. You know what I mean? Like, and even when they did get to me, I used whatever they pushed me into, whatever anger they caused me, and I used that same anger to eventually boost myself even further, because that's all you really can do. And ultimately in life, it doesn't matter whether you're making YouTube videos, whether you're going for your fucking second or third job, or you're in a business venture, there's always going to be people that try to fuck with you, and there's always going to be people that try to feed you bullshit. There's always going to be people that threaten you, and maybe your livelihood, and you can't ever take that. You really can't, you know, and that's something I've learned from my family, personally, themselves. We don't take shit from nobody. That's one thing I'll say about the Honest family. And I'm glad I've carried that up till now, and I will always carry that. But I wanted to pass it on to all of you, is that on this YouTube game, man, things have changed considerably. There's good people, there's good things still. I don't believe in those stupid hashtags, make YouTube positive again. It's fucking, all this YouTube positive shit, this hashtag stuff that's trending is really cringy as fuck anyways. But there's good stuff here, but there's also bad stuff on YouTube, just like there's bad shit in life in general, okay? But at the end of the day, all I can really say, and it sounds cliched as fuck, but take whatever anger that shit brings out in you, or whatever emotion that is, and just try to use it for whatever positivity. I did it, and you know what? It's not easy. It ain't ever fucking easy, let me tell you that much. But if you figure out what works for you, let me tell you, it pays off way well in the fucking long term, okay? You know, it kind of feels like those videos where people show off their fucking first, you know, house or car or whatever, and they give off this really deep philosophical speech on how you can do fucking anything, but you really can, alright? And the thing is that there's gonna be assholes like this everywhere. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a way to deal with assholes like this, okay? No matter how much money they say they have, no matter how much power they say they have, if you know you are in the right and you're doing the right thing, do the best you can and stand up to it, alright? Because you might lose, you might win, and even if you do lose, at least you'll have your fucking dignity. That's all I can really say about it, man. This past week has sort of been at me, you know, it sort of pissed me off from making videos in general, but I'm back, you know what I mean? I'm better than ever, and you know what I mean? I'm not gonna let some cringe lord get to me. Never have, never will. And ultimately, you know, if there's anything worth suing over, I really hope the parties involved check their legal teams, because you know. And remember, if anybody in life ever tells you you're not worth shit, or you're just a lowly person, then that's just a sign that that person is incredibly insecure and sad about their own reality. And slowly it will kick in years later that they find out they're a penultimate douchebag. And nobody in life has ever truly loved them. Remember, if anybody says that about you, don't take it seriously. You're always worth something. Alright, that's all I can really say. It sounds really fucking cringy the way I say it, but it's early in the morning. That's all I can really say, guys. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. This is me, Mudahar, and I am out.